back to another episode with our women leaders talking about their issues. As we had heard from Navu as well as Nausori, as they spoke about the water issues that they're facing as well as their health. Now we'll be speaking to these two lovely ladies from Nasinu. We have Mellissa Olivia as well as Aruna Devi. Hi and welcome. They'll be speaking on infrastructure and what they're facing within their communities. Am I right? Aruna, could you just tell us what changes you'd like to see done within your community in terms of infrastructure?
The changes I need is the drainage, proper drainage, and the clean the grasses. The grasses are very big and they never come and cut the grasses in proper time. And, always tell once a month, but we're still waiting for once a month to come. They hardly come. And it's grown up, the grasses are big, and the mosquitoes are there, the drain are blocked, and mosquitoes can breeding place for the mosquitoes, and the diseases can come. And that's all my problem. When the road get blocked because of the sometimes the in riverside, the Omkar area, the river road, it's get flooded. So it's hard for the people to go to work, and even the school starting now, it will be hard if the drain is blocked.
Okay, so you'd like relevant authorities to look into that and have that, especially the council, town council?
Yeah, the Nasinu Town Council is the main in charge of this area, Nasinu area. So I hope they'll do the things before the school opens and clean the areas, so to stop the disease from spreading and the women and ladies, Yeah. Even senior citizens, it's very hard for them to go to hospitals when they are sick.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Aruna. Olivia, what changes would you like?
Thank you. For me, as a young woman, I would like to see that there's a lot of that we feel safe in the community. There's a lot of security, particularly to those that I'm speaking to the relevant authorities that really look into this matter. Due to sometimes some of the areas, Nasinu is quite a big area. It's populated in a way. There's sometimes some places in the Nasinu area they do not access to buses. The road conditions are not really that good. Therefore, most buses are not able to reach these areas, and it's quite difficult for women as well to carry their loads of shoppings, even to carry their children, for those that have babies, to go to walk right up the steep hill to catch the bus. And sometimes there's no, some places they don't have bus shelters for shades, and also during rainy season, and also street lights. It's one of the main problem, and most areas in the city they do not have street lights. They do, but
they don't work always?
Yeah, some of them are not working.
So it's just there for...
Yeah, it's just I think to decorate the place. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to see that the relevant authorities look into these matters, because it states in CEDAW, Article 14, it requires all parties to take all appropriate measure to ensure that, particularly needs to rural, in all areas, to access to health and security. So I feel that the relevant authorities need to look into this matter, so that to avoid issues arising in these years, to avoid issues that has happened in the past. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. In terms of the street lights, and you said issues that have occurred in the past, what is some of the, I'm sure crime must have definitely been happening because of the street lights being one of the major issues there. What is the crime rate like? Has it increased or for the past years?
Yeah, it has increased. Even the one last year, even though it was a broad daylight, there was a rape victim. and also when there's at night there's robbery, people coming back from work, just a walking distance to their house because of no street lights, they were able to be robbed just along the way to their homes. Yeah, and so yeah, there's a lot of cases happening in these particular areas that concerns of traffic lights that we really need to have.
Is there any police post in your area?
Yes, there's Makasi police post, mobile there,
and still is.
Yeah, there's still. I think in the past few years there's been a lot of recruitments. We would like to see that they utilize these people that have been recruited, and also the budget. You can see in the Fiji police budget, it has 126.3 million. So that's quite a lot of money to look after the whole population of Fiji. And if they really utilize this budget to really look after the public, to monitor and to set up the process to areas that are really not being like isolated places, places that have been not really waiting for something to happen and then they act on it. Like last year, straight after there was a rape victim, then they act on it. They do patrol and all that. I feel that not when issues arise and then they act, but they should before they should do their routine as well.
Aruna, would you like to add?
In Nasinu area, in Rere, recently they have the house breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, like a house breaking daylight, even the night time. I think when they're sleeping, they spray something and they are sleeping.
So they spray something in the household so that people don't wake up.
It was in the papers. That's what I read. And they know that their house is breaking. When they wake up, then they see the house. So we need to have the attention to that.
Okay. How would you like women or the relevant authorities to partner with women in order to contribute or come up with the solutions?
We need more women in the departments, and we want the public consultation so that the public can talk their difficulties to the authorities. In the areas like Nasinu and Rere, the areas mostly the affected areas, so the people can be heard. They can tell the difficulties to the authorities. Mostly is Nasinu town councils.
Okay, so you want more women representation?
Yeah, and more public consultation.
More public?
Public awareness.
Okay.
People can attend.
Okay. All right. Mellissa?
I'll support her in that as well, to provide spaces that are part of the relevant authorities should look into. Like providing space to ensure that all genders are well represented in this area, and particularly women, that they are the most affected one here. I feel that they should be well presented and able to speak into the relevant issue that they go through. I feel that when women are represented, or the victims are represented in these spaces, they be able to share what could concern, and they be able to raise their opinion, their views in concern of things that they've gone through. In that way, they'll be able to be present in planning, in planning processes, even in the budgeting, in having women represented in this. They'll be able to voice out the voices of women that is affected in not only in that areas but also other areas and other communities as well.
Regarding to health in our Nasinu area, it's not bad. Our Nasinu town, the Makoi Health Center and Balaneguri Health Center, even the Nakasi Health Center, got the zone nurses in all the areas. The zone nurses got the health workers in different areas in their they did the workshops, and they are educated to go in the areas. So we having all the workshops and medical checkups in the areas, and it's very good. This thing is very good in our services in our area, and in the hospitals only the pharmacies. Our area pharmacy now it's open till 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. That's good service, and only the medicine. We have to buy some of the medicine from the pharmacy, but it's expensive, and mostly we get Panadol and Brufen for the pain. That's two things, and amoxicillin.
All right.
We get it all. Most of the medicines we get it from the pharmacy in our centers.
So the health service in the Nasinu area is very efficient.
Yeah, it's improved.
Okay. Would you like to say anything else, Melissa?
I feel that wherever we are, we need to feel safe and not be worrying about where we go or what might happen to us or what time do we have to be home. I feel that the peace and security that is in the Fiji national gender policy, that to ensure that ongoing commitment to peace and security and environment for non-violence for all citizens in Fiji. For this year, we really need this year to change so that young women and women as well to feel safe wherever they are and wherever they go.
In terms of crime rate, since we had spoken about it earlier and you said it has increased, what do you think is the main cause of the increase in crime rate within the Nasinu?
It's unemployment, because even the people come from the islands for a better living, and they don't have a job, so they need money for their needs. So they still and maybe not educated proper way. So they need more youth workshops for the youths to make them busy.
Yeah, I feel that these young people need to be empowered. The more empowered program that they do attend, they'll be able to change their views and their perspective on how they see things, and it will really change how they make decisions in their own life. And not being home, it's not the end of the world. They can do other stuff like backyard gardening, or they can find out other ways that they can work. Find employment in themselves, so that in that way they'll be able to gain money and not to rob other people or to gain other people's stuff, and in the process hurting them as well. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Aruna and Mellissa. As we heard from the Nasinu community, that they would prefer the ministries to look into better infrastructure within the community, as this tends to lead to increased crime rate, and I'm sure it's nothing new as we all face it within our own communities. Unemployment is a big issue and a big cause that leads to many more issues. So thank you very much, ladies, for joining us, and have a wonderful afternoon.